The shooting yesterday in rural Oregon is becoming all too familiar of a scene. We have seen our share of mass shootings here in Colorado. The Columbine shooting, that was one of the first. 7 News reporter Lance Hernandez talked to a SWAT team member who was at that school. And Lance, he took you inside the mind of a killer.
Eric, many people automatically think that mass killers kill because of mental illness, but police psychologist John Nicoletti says that's not the case. He said mental illness is not a predictor of violence.
And what's happening is, there's witch hunts against somebody who has a mental health issue. Which one's a predictor of error? Paranoid, schizophrenic, PTSD, bipolar? None of them.
Dr. John Nicoletti says the majority of people who have mental health issues are not violent. He told me that during risk assessments, he's found 2 things that can be predictors.
And one of them is what's called a perceived injustice. The individual feels somebody done them wrong, so to speak. The other thing that you see, and you can see by their writings and manifestos, is what's called the thrill of the thought. I'm going to be famous for this. I'm going to be more famous than the previous shooting.
Nicoletti says mass shootings are actually stopped all the time before they get started, but success cases are never reported. He says schools don't report the successes because people might not want to go to those schools if they knew there had been a threat. And Dr. Nicoletti also said if someone is communicating an intent to do something, you need to take it seriously and do something about it. He also commented on reports about people becoming numb to mass shootings because there have been so many. He says that may be true for news consumers, but not for the victims or first responders. He says they're seeing and hearing things they'll never be able to unsee or unhear. Eric?
All right, thanks a lot, Lance. In the aftermath of these recent mass shootings we've seen, there have been several conversations and debates about gun control. Colorado passed new gun laws in recent years, and we looked to see how the new laws affected violent crimes in our state. Right now on the 7 News app, you can see how that data came out.